her kids inside of a rideshare for hours while she allegedly went to the bar. The father of two of those children speaking exclusively with Local 10's Brett Neese tonight.
And Brett joins us live right near Fort Lauderdale with what the father says his children went through. Brett.
JC and Sanella, the father tells me that things like this have been happening with this woman and his kids for years, only he could never prove it. So tonight he tells me that he is grateful that she was finally caught.
It's absolutely insane.
This man, who didn't want to show his face on camera, is beyond upset after his ex and the mother of his children allegedly left their 3- and 4-year-old with an Uber driver for hours.
So the sergeant called my mom explaining to her that my children's mom was arrested and that she had left the children inside of an Uber driver's car while she was drunk or getting drunk.
This is 32-year-old Emily Sabagal. She was arrested and charged with child neglect and desertion after this all unfolded Friday night in Sunrise.
This is it. I'm very concerned for the safety of my children.
Sabagal was in court Sunday, where the judge set a bond for each charge.
I'll give you a break. Okay, I'll set it down to $1,500 fine on this one, respectively.
The father tells me this is not the first time Sabagal has displayed this type of erratic behavior, which is why he hopes to gain full custody of his kids.
Moving forward, she needs help. I don't understand how someone in the right mind would do something like this. Obviously not. She's obviously not okay. And this needs to end.
He tells me that his kids are staying with him now, and he says that that those kids are okay. He tells me it was very traumatic for them on Friday night. Since Sabagal had appeared in court this morning, she has since posted that bond and has been released from jail.
Where is she?
She went to, I don't know, she was walking over there.
An Uber driver called Sunrise Police after he says his passenger got out of his car and left her kids behind.
And you've been here for how long?
More than 2 hours.
Right here?
Yes.
Body camera video shows the children in the Uber.
How old are you? You know? You 3?
Emily Sabagal couldn't explain to officers why she disappeared.
So where are your kids?
With the Uber.
Is there any reason why you just left them?
I didn't leave them.
Sunrise police officers say at one point before the Uber ride, Mom and her kids were at karate and this restaurant where authorities say she was drinking heavily.
She left the smell. It's wrong.
Okay.
She was wrong.
Detectives say when they found her, it wasn't close to where the Uber and her children were. On body camera video, she kept telling officers her phone died.
What does that have to do with Uber getting you to your home if he already had your address?
Because I don't have my actual phone. I don't have my car. I'm not in control of my situation. And I'm with my kids.
I'm having a hard time understanding why you got out of the Uber in the first place.
The Uber driver says the 33-year-old told him she was going to come back in 3 minutes. For some reason, authorities say she canceled the ride, left a $10 tip, and didn't come back. They found her here in this plaza.
You have 2 kids? Were you just in an Uber with your 2 kids?
Now Mom is charged with child neglect.
My kids are everything to me. My life.
Where did you bring her?
Here.
Where is she?
She went to, I don't know, she was walking over there.
Uh-huh.
I think all is warehouse.
She just walked over there?
Yeah, over there, between the cars. I was calling her. She was answer me, I'm okay, I'm back, I'm coming. Yes, I don't move because I have
Yeah.
So, Emily, please come to pick up your children. They are asking for you. I send the, because she is wrong, I just think maybe she don't know where.
Yeah.
Emily, I will call the police, I have to leave, please answer the phone.
Just do me a favor, sit down there. Sit down. Because you just left your kids with an Uber and we're all over town looking for you. It doesn't matter. Do me a favor and sit down. What's in the backpack? Any weapons or anything like that? Okay, do me a favor, take it off and just set it to the side. Don't go in it, just set it to the side. You left your kids for 2 hours. It's been over 2 hours. Do you know where you left them at?
No.
Where did you leave them at? Where were you going? Huh? So you were just gonna leave the Uber and walk home?
Not walk home, but my situation was like a little bit complicated.
I understand that, but your number one priority should be your
My
kids.
children, absolutely, 100%. Oh my God, listen, I'm not a criminal, bro. I'm here. I'm sorry. I will cooperate, whatever it is, what it is. My bad, I'm sorry. It's crazy.
What's your name?
It's her.
My name's Emily. How you doing?
Yeah, it's her.
Where's my What's going on?
I don't have a car.
Okay.
We're 25. We're 25. Not a car. What else?
I like to be honest, bro. Like, it is what it is. I don't
Talk
have a
to
car.
us.
My kids were with me earlier. I got a ride. They did karate over here.
Okay.
I came back. The ride was waiting for me. And I'm here now.
So where are your kids?
With the Uber.
Is there any reason why you just left them?
I didn't leave them.
So explain to me. So your kids were at karate here. From here, you guys got in the Uber.
Correct.
Do you remember what color was the car? Do you remember the body style of the car? White car?
No, listen, like, I get a whole bunch of Ubers, Lyfts, all the
Okay,
time.
so you guys leave here in the Uber. Where was the destination from here?
Home.
Did you at any point tell the Uber driver to go somewhere else, a different route?
My phone died.
Okay, but that's not answering my question. At any point, did you tell the Uber driver to deter your route out away from your house somewhere else?
No, just my phone was just fucking dead, to be honest with you. I don't mean to, like, be an asshole or be, like, mean, but, like, yeah, my phone was dead.
Yeah.
But what does that have to do with Uber getting you to your home if he already had your address?
Because I don't have my actual phone. I don't have my car. I'm not in control of my situation. And I'm with my kids. Oh, God. Hi, how you doing? You alright? Yeah, baby, go on. I don't know what's going on right now. I'm good.
What's going on is you deserted your kids for 2 hours. That's what's going on.
I'm sorry?
You deserted your kids for 2 hours. That's what's going on.
Listen.
That Uber driver's been sitting with your kids waiting for you to come back for the past 2 hours.
Emily, girl, you thought it was a good idea to leave your kids in the Uber with a stranger and then act surprised when the police say, hey, what's going on, Emily? Really, girl? Is that how you get down in Florida? So on Friday at about 11 p.m., a Uber driver calls the authorities and says, hey, this lady done abandoned her kids. I'm going to need y'all to come get her kids because I got stuff to do and this is not a safe situation. Get here immediately. So when they get there, they find the Uber driver and the Uber driver tells them the entire story of what happened, and they end up finding her and they're like, ma'am, where were you going? She's like, oh, I was going home. It was like, you was gonna walk home and leave your kids? Well, no, my phone died. She just act like nothing was going on, and they was like, ma'am, your kids should be your priority. Agreed, that should be your priority, that you just done left them with this doggone stranger. Now the Uber driver said that he picked her up a little bit earlier in the evening with her 2 kids. Come to find out, she had picked them up from karate, and so she was on her way home. We assume, they don't know because, again, she got out the doggone Uber. And he said that she had a cup in her hand and he believes that she had alcohol in that cup. And she kept repeating the statement, he thinks I'm stupid. And she was saying it in Spanish, and I assume that he understood because he understood what she was saying. And he said that she kept repeating that. And he said eventually she ended up grabbing his phone and canceling the actual Uber. And she gave him $10 and said, you know, hey, can you pull over on this area and stop? And he did what she asked after she gave him $10 because he was like, okay, well, she probably gonna get out. She says, I'll be back in a few minutes, and gets out the vehicle. And he's like, okay. So she done left 2 kids in the car with the doggone Uber driver. He said after an hour, he called her and she didn't answer the phone. And she was like, I'll be there in 12 minutes. And he was like, okay. He nicer than me, because I would have called before then. And so he waited another hour and she still didn't come, no nothing. So he called the authorities and let them know. They end up finding her by a McDonald's, and they're like, Emily, what's going on, ma'am? And she's like, oh, my phone died. And they're like, sit down. And she's like, why are y'all acting like this? Man, because you done left your doggone kids in a Uber with a stranger for 2 hours. Now, they did go ahead and charge her with child neglect and unlawful child desertion, but I think that whoever actually paid for that doggone Uber is a guy, and she was mad at him, and that's why she kept talking about he thinks I'm stupid. She was figuring things out. You know, the next day was going to be Valentine's Day. It was Friday night. She was like, he not answering the doggone phone because he got the other chick out the day before. That's what that's giving. It's really giving that whoever actually paid for that Uber, she was mad at them and they were acting up, and she was like, they think I'm stupid. They think I'm stupid. And so she was trying to get out to go find him and or have a conversation with him in private without the kids, and that's why she got out the doggone Uber. But Emily, girl, you can't be doing that because now you the one with charges.
She left her 2 toddlers with an Uber driver for 2 hours while she went out to drink. This is 32-year-old Emily Sobogal. On February 13th, she got into an Uber. She had her 3 and her 4-year-old children with her. Now, the Uber driver says that he definitely smelled alcohol on her. She had a cup. It kind of smelled like rum. She's apparently in the back seat mumbling stuff like he thinks I'm stupid. Then she tells the Uber driver, turn here, which goes against his navigation route. She then tells him to stop outside of this restaurant and says, I'll only be gone for 3 minutes. She leaves her 3 and 4-year-old in the car. An hour later, the Uber driver is calling her saying, hey, where you at? She's like, oh, I'll be back in 12 minutes. An hour later, she's still not back. So he calls 911. Kids just in the car, left with him. Police come, he explains everything. Police go looking for Emily, and they find her just kind of like stumbling around outside of a McDonald's a few miles down the road. They approach her, they ask her what's going on, and she claims that she was going home. Her situation is a little bit complicated. Her phone had died, but she had not done anything wrong. And the cops are like, well, your kids were left with the Uber driver and they should be your number 1 priority. And of course you can see how she's making excuses for that. Saying, oh my gosh, I'm not a criminal, 100%. They are my number 1. She didn't know what the hell was going on. She was literally telling cops, I don't know what's going on. Anyways, they slap her with charges of abandonment. Kids were safe. They were fine when they got to them. She got out on bond for $1,500 for each of her charges. But I don't know, are the kids actually safe now?
Okay, so on February 13th, Emily Sobogal and her 2 children, 3 and 4, went to a Bob's G Wings and she had an Uber pick her up from that location. So this 32-year-old woman was at a shopping center along West Commercial Drive. The driver said Emily was holding a cup of liquor during the ride. So while he was driving to her location, Emily reached over and his center console grabbed the driver's phone and canceled her ride. She handed the driver $10 in cash and told him to stop the car in an area of Northwest 108th Avenue and 50th Street. Then she exited the vehicle. She told the driver she would be back in 3 minutes and left her kids in that Uber with that man. The Uber driver called Emily an hour later and told her where she was. She told the Uber driver she would be back in 12 minutes. So about an hour later, the Uber driver called Emily again, but she did not answer. And then, so the Uber driver called the police. So after he called the police found Emily 2.2 miles away at a McDonald's. And when the police spoke with the staff at Bob G's Weeks, who confirmed that Emily and her children were at that restaurant because she frequents this restaurant. The staff said that she was enjoying alcohol beverages while her children were running around the restaurant unsupervised. So at this location where she was found, as you guys see in the video, she was arrested. She was charged with child neglect and child abandonment. And then she paid her bail, which was $3,000, and she was released. So I don't have any other information when she has another court date or not. But yeah, this woman is something else. I don't think I'll be able to leave my kids with a total stranger just because I want to go bar hopping and drink some more. This woman is crazy. They need to throw the book at her. But hell, what do I know? I'm just a talking head.
Trigger warning, parents, this one is upsetting. A mom in Miami is accused of leaving her 2 young children, ages 3 and 4, with an Uber driver. They say she told the Uber driver she was going to be back in about 3 minutes. Well, it took about 2 hours for police to finally find her. There she is right there explaining herself. It turns out, according to police, she had been drinking throughout the evening. The Uber driver, again, he stayed with the children until police arrived. That was her explanation. She was arrested, charged with child neglect and abandonment. She has since bonded out of jail.